The Night the World Turned Royal Blue by Jason Sivewright. Illustrations by Kristen and Kevin Howdeshell. In a land full of pinstripes and mean birds of red, monsters of green and tigers to dread, stood one band of misfits long since forgotten, who year upon year had simply been rotten. The joy that once rose from the founts of the K had for 29 years slowly faded away. The legends of Hauser, King George, and Beau were now distant whispers from long, long ago. All of this changed one cool autumn night when the lights of the land for a moment shone bright. On Hosmer and Kane and all of our crew, 'twas the night that the world turned deep royal blue. Bean's boys from the west had bagged up their ace in hopes of securing their postseason place by dusting our boys in blue to the side. But Big Game James had a battle in mind. Back and forth and back, the tussle did sway. Bean's boys hit like hammers as we chipped away. Big Game was pulled from the fray too soon, and the very next blow was a deafening boom. The fountains fell silent. No fan uttered a word. The fate of our band of misfits assured. Yet no one bothered to mention to them there was no way they could come back and win. 2 singles each, trailed with 2 swipes of a base, led to Bean's boys quickly pulling their ace. As Hosmer slid home, the whole land sat stunned, for those boys from the west only led by 1 run. 'Twas the end of the 9th, and the K sat entranced. Sir Willingham singled to give us a chance. Ioki came up to the plate, sword unsheathed, but our true hope lived in the feet of a thief. Dyson mounted his steed, and to second he flew. Before Bean's boys knew it, he'd taken third, too. With Ioki's sack fly, the good guys in blue tied it all up, 'cause that's what speed do. The battle went on, all was even again. Then Ned waved a hand to bring in young Finn. He would face mighty Moss, the mountain of clout. Too bad for O-Town, young Finn struck him out. 2 frames were lost with 90 feet left to go, but they just couldn't land the triumphant blow. In the top of the 12th, old Alberto stepped in. With a line shot to left, he assured the A's win. A soft grounder from Kane left us 2 outs away, from all that blue hope quickly fading to gray. Then up came Prince Hosmer, who just wouldn't quit. A shot off the wall kept the dying fire lit. Then into the box stepped Christian Cologne. He bounced a ball skyward and singled Haas home. Cologne then took second after Gordo flew out. With the battle tied up, we were down to 1 out. Salvi Perez had a pure lion's heart, but most of his swings seemed doomed from the start. A wave at a slider, a fastball flown by, left the fans at the K always wondering why. So of course it would be. There was no other way. It fell to Big Salvi to save us the day. 'Twas a ball 2 outside for a batter to touch. Salvi lined it to left, past a diving A's glove. Cologne trotted home and the roar grew and grew. It was that very moment the world turned royal blue. King George rose with joy as his seat he passed down, and on went our boys to reclaim the crown. Both Angels and O-Birds were swatted aside. Very little they did to slow our boys' stride. Then into their path stepped a giant named Bum. The stones that he hurled left royal bats overcome. Those heroes in blue were as valiant as knights, but Bum's ninja pet panda put an end to their fight. What those giants knew not, though they thought they were clever, a world turned royal once would be royal forever.